Hello, yoga friends. Welcome. Thanks for joining me today. I'm here to guide you through a flow, and we'll be using a blanket at the beginning and the end. So start with the blanket folded, not too thick, but enough that it's a bit of padding, and keep it onto the right side of your mat. And we're going to lie down onto our stomach. As you head down there, we're going to take your right knee and slide it out to the side and rest that knee and your ankle onto your blanket. So it looks like you are in sort of a half frog position. And then take a look down towards the ground and stack your palms under your forehead. Just taking a few cleansing breaths here. Let the hip relax, let the body relax. Let's take your right hand, bring it under the shoulder, and start pressing your upper body off the mat. We're now going to take your left arm, thread it underneath of you, so shoulder comes to the ground. Rest your head onto the ground and start taking the right arm open back behind you. So start rolling onto the left side of the body. You can have as big of a wingspan as you wish. Feel free to change the angle in the arm for comfort. And when you found an area, just relax the body again. Slowly easing into this twist. Come all the way back across. The right arm comes across, presses into the mat, so the left arm can escape. And send the right leg back behind you. We're going to swivel that blanket all the way around to the other side. Now taking your left knee, bringing it to the left side and resting the inner thigh down. Find your pillow under the forehead again and take a few relaxing breaths. Adding in our twist, left palm finds the ground, press the hand down so you can peel the chest up. And now your right arm comes underneath of you. Start pulling the left arm behind, finding a nice comfortable area to lie again. So feel free to shift around until you can find an area that your body can relax into. We'll go back the same way we came in. Left arm comes across, finds its way to the mat. Release the right arm and send your left toes back behind. Let's bring both hands under the shoulders. Press your hips back to your heels in a child's pose with the arms extended out front. So let's walk those fingertips forwards as much as they can go, trying to find length under both sides of the arms, through both sides of the body. Then begin walking your right hand over to the right corner of the mat, or right edge of the mat, and the left palm's going to dock on top. See if you can even reach those fingertips, maybe a millimeter further. As we hang out here, try to think heavier thoughts into the left hip, trying to anchor it down. Going the other way, left hand goes to the left edge of the mat, right palm goes on top, reaching a little bit further and getting a little heavier on the right sit bone, your right hip, reaching for the ground or your heel. Both arms reach straight ahead, and then walk your fingertips towards your knees so you can sit on them for a moment. All right. We're going to give ourselves a hug with our right arm on top of left. So start by stretching the arms away. Embrace this nice big space. And then give yourself that hug, right arm on top. Walk your fingertips back a little bit further. We're going to embrace this circular sort of motion in the body right now. So as you inhale, start leaning back, expose the chest up to the sky, and start turning towards the right side. So you're kind of trying to pull that left shoulder forwards more. Start tilting forwards towards your thighs. When you're as close as you can get, start rotating to look at the ground. And then we're twisting the other way. Pull the right shoulder forwards. Begin leaning back. And come all the way back through center. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lean back, lift that heart. Start rotating towards the right. Tilt forwards towards your thigh. And look towards the ground. Look to the left. Begin to lean back. And finishing that circle back in the center. Keep your arms where they are, but we're going to stand up onto your shins. Then leaning to the left, your right foot can step forwards. Let's do a half circle. So inhale, lean back. Start tilting over to the right. Pull that left shoulder forwards. And lean forwards till you nuzzle yourself onto your thigh. So you're trying to get your left upper arm quite close to the knee. When you're there, feel free to expand the arms. Right arm reaches up, left arm reaches down. You can use a little bit of pressure onto the other leg to try to expand and twist a little bit deeper. Let's look up to the sky, nice and optimistically. Bending into the elbows so both palms stack on top. Press down with the top palm to twist a little deeper. And the last little piece, if you'd like to take it, is to tuck the back toes and lift the knee off the ground. Let's look down towards the ground, unravel the arms, the palms find the ground, and slide your right foot back to a plank. We're going to take 2 breaths here. Feel free to keep the knees lifted or lower them down. And we can all meet down onto the belly. Keep the lower half long, so point the toes, squeeze the glutes. Tent your fingertips off the mat. As you inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the spine up segmentally. And exhale, roll back down. So nice big dramatic inhales to lift the chest up. Exhales, come back down. One more like that. As the chest lowers, we'll bring our hands closer by your side, really squeeze those shoulder blades together. And without using any pressure into the hands, let's just lift the chest off the ground for a very small cobra. And exhale, roll down. So we're taking that pressure, the help of our hands away, and challenging our spine to do the lift on its own. Once we're all done there, let's press our hips back to heels for one cleansing breath in child's pose. Hands can walk back to the knees, sit onto your heels. For a breath in, arms reach away, expand through the body, and exhale, left arm hugs on top of right. Walk your fingertips further back. It's almost like you can hold on to your the backs of your shoulders there, onto your shoulder blades. As you inhale, lean back. And as you begin to exhale, turn to the left, pull the right shoulder forwards. and tilt towards the shin or towards your thigh. Look through center and go the other way. Come on back up. Good. Lean back. Keep going. One more big circle. Look to the left. Pull that right shoulder forwards as you tilt down. Come on through center and lift up, looking the other way. We'll look straight ahead. Keep the arms where they are as you stand up onto your shins. Lean off to the right so the left leg steps ahead in a low lunge. Half circle. Inhale to lean back, look up to the sky. Exhale, start rolling the right shoulder forwards as you look to the left and tilt down until you can kind of nuzzle your arms onto the outer left knee. Find the upper arm with a good connection there and decide if you want to expand again. Reach north and south with those arms. Use a little bit of resistance with the leg to help with your twist. And bend into the elbows, stacking your left palm on top. So use a little press down of the palm to spiral the heart open. And if you'd like to take it, the opportunity will be to tuck the toes and lift your back knee off. Square your attention through center. Unravel the arms, palms find the ground. Left foot steps back to plank. 2 breaths here. You decide, knees lifted or lowered. And we'll meet back onto the belly. Point the toes, tent your hands nice and wide. Elbows are lifted and a little bit of engagement between those shoulder blades. Inhale, wave the spine up. Use the press of your fingers to really find this nice, tall, grand cobra. We're doing 3 in total with your breath. After that third, bring the hands really close to you, just hovering off the mat. Everything's still engaged and lifted. Inhale, chest waves off. Exhale, lower down. 2 more. Use the press of your hands to travel through child's pose with 1 breath in between sets. And walk your hands towards your knees. Sit back onto your heels. All right, this time, loop your thumbs together, stretch the arms overhead so the arms are right by the ears. And we're going to stand up onto our shins. Keep the shins about hip distance. And we're going to tilt the body over to the right. Come on back through center. And tilt the body over to the left. So lengthening through one side, shortening through the other. Come on back up. Tilt the weight to the left side so your right foot steps ahead. Keep the arms where they are. Another breath in. Reach on up. And then as you exhale, tilt the body over to the right. We're going to hold this one for 2 more breaths. Just notice the expansion you might feel on the left side. So you take a nice deep breath in. Now we'll lift back up, so vertical with the spine. Release the thumbs and send your arms straight out from the shoulders, so left and right of you. Keep the arms exactly as they are as we begin to twist in the spine to the right. So eventually you might feel like you come to a maximum twist. If you take a look at your arms, they're probably not reaching exactly forwards and backwards. That often means when we come into this pose, we cheat a little bit and use our shoulders for the twist. So today, let's try to resist that. Just use the spine. See how deep you can go. Okay, we'll bring our attention forwards to the front hand, and we're going to rotate it so it now comes down under the shoulder and your right arm goes to the sky. Let's tuck the back toes and lift the knee off. Look back up at the top hand, take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, that right arm's going to scoop underneath your right thigh. Look to the ground. Inhale, open the wingspan, expand. Exhale, scoop and round. Inhale, expand. Exhale, turn back in. One more. Inhale and exhale. Now keep yourself focused on the ground. Both palms will plant and slide your right foot back to plank. 2 breaths. And on your second exhale, we lower to the ground. Keep the toes pointed, tent the hands off the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, wave the spine up. As you exhale, drop the right shoulders to the ground as you look to the left. Inhale, come on back through center. Exhale, go the other way. Inhale, lift on up. Exhale, shimmy the right shoulder forwards. Inhale to lift. Exhale, shimmy the left shoulder forwards. Inhale, lift through center. Exhale, lower through center. Your hands come close to you. And we'll press our way back to child's pose. One breath. Walk your hands towards your knees. Sit onto your heels. We're going to loop our thumbs again. Just go the opposite way. So just the opposite of what you want to do is probably your non-dominant grip. And stand up onto your shins, hip distance, arms by the ears. So stretching up, and energetically the thumbs are trying to pull apart. Tilt on over to the left to begin. Come on up through center, and right away switching over to the right. Lift back up, keep the arms where they are. Shift the weight to the right knee as the left foot steps ahead. Inhale, grow as tall as you can. Exhale, tilt on over to the left. We're hanging out here. 2 more breaths as we focus on stretching out that right rib cage, that right side of the body. Let's lift all the way back up. Separate the arms straight out to the side. We're going to try this again. Twisting towards the left as the arms stay where they are. See how far you can go just using your spine. Take a look at where the arms are. No judgment, just awareness and understanding. And then we'll look back towards the front hand as it shifts down towards the ground under the shoulder, left arm to the sky. Let's tuck our back toes, fire up the leg, lift the knee. Take a look up for a breath in. And as you breathe out, scoop that left arm under your left leg. Inhale, reach on up, expand. Exhale, scoop and round. Inhale, lift on up. Exhale, scoop, round. One more inhale. And exhale. Keep your awareness down to the ground as both palms find their way there. Slide your left foot back to plank. One more breath. And we can lower all the way to the belly. Keep the legs long. Tent the fingers off the mat. Elbows lifted. Shoulder blades squeezing together. Inhale, lift the spine up. Exhale, drop the left shoulder first. Look off to the right. Inhale to lift. Exhale, drop the right shoulder. Look to the left. One more each side. Inhale to lift. Exhale, drop the left. Inhale to lift. Exhale, drop the right. We'll rise up through center, inhale. Lower through center, exhale. Hands come close to you. Press your way back to child's pose. One breath in. One breath out. Walk your hands to your knees. And this time around, our fingertips are just going to walk even further behind us. So tent those hands onto the ground. Find a little engagement between the shoulder blades. And let's start just by trying to get really bright through the chest up towards the ceiling with a nice, long, strong neck. So don't let it drop back. If you'd like to add on a little bit more, find some hip extension, feel free to lift the glutes off your heels and really press the hips up and forwards. Tuck the tailbone under if you're doing this. And let the hips settle back down. Sit tall, we're coming vertical onto our shins and step the right foot forwards. Let's clasp the hands behind our back with our right thumb on top and then send the hands down the back body, trying to straighten the arms. They might not go all the way straight, that's okay. And squeeze between the shoulder blades. Now keep the legs active, anchoring into the ground, a little bit of squeeze together as you find this extension through the heart again, looking up to the ceiling, leaning back, a little bit of tone through the low belly as well. And it's up to you, but you might even lift those hands a little further away from the back of your body. On your next breath in, we'll straighten the spine out, reach the arms by the ears, clasp the thumbs together. Energetically reach the arms up and pulling away from each other as we tilt on over to the right just for one breath. Come on back through center. Separate the arms to your right and left, straight out from the shoulders. Begin to find this twist. Looking off to the right, let the arms stay where they are again. But we're going to add on. Take a look back to your back hand. It might not be directly back behind you. That's okay. Keep the twist in the spine. Now we're going to take that hand, reach around, see if you can find that back thigh. You might not be able to see it. Then stretch the left arm by the ear. We're adding in a twist and now a back bend. Look back towards your back foot and lean back. Now from here, let's slice that left elbow forwards, lean forwards, tuck it behind the knee, stack your right palm on top. Press that top palm down to lift the heart space. Last opportunity here would be to tuck the toes under and lift the knee up. Let's look down towards the ground, unravel the arms, and bring both hands to the inside of your right foot. We're going to start opening up to the left side of the mat. Pivot both toes to the long edge, and then let the crown just deepen. Get a bit heavier. For this first round, we'll just ragdoll it out. Let any tension fall off the neck, fall off the face. Begin walking your fingertips forward so you find length all the way from the tailbone through the crown of your head. Then keep your right fingertips tented into the center of right where you're looking down. Take your left hand to the low back. See if you can find a stable surface there that you could balance the drink on. And start rolling your left shoulder open. Try to keep that steady surface in the low back. Switching sides, look back down towards the ground. Now it's your left hand that comes down, tenting into the fingers, and right palm finds the top of your pelvis. See if there's a steady surface. If not, you can just shift the weight between your feet till you find one. Roll the right shoulder open as the pelvis stays where it is. Yet again, just trying to find the twist from the spine. Look back down towards the ground. Both fingertips can come down there, and we'll walk our way back around to the right foot in a lunge. Plant the palms, step the right foot back for 2 breaths in this plank. And meeting again onto the stomach. This time around, your hands can come behind you, backs of the hands to the ground. Point the toes, let the tailbone reach towards the heels. Squeeze those glutes. We begin lifting the upper chest, backs of the shoulder blades can gather, backs of the hands can lift. So you're in a half locust. If you'd like to add on, those toes can float as well. Thinking about length rather than lifting. And release. Bring your hands under the shoulders. Press your way back. One breath in child's pose. Hands come to your knees. And then walk all the way behind again. Find that squeeze behind the heart. Lift the collarbone up. Extend through the neck. If you'd like that hip extension as well, feel free to tuck the tail under. Squeeze those glutes as you lift the hips off your heels. Come on back down. Sit on top of the shins. And this time we're stepping our left foot forwards. Bring your hands behind the back, your left thumbs on top of your right as the hands clasp. Begin straightening the arms, or at least in the direction of straight, as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. Start peeling the chest on up, so stay stable through the legs. Lots of core wrapping in, keeping the spine safe. For a little extra shoulder stretch, it's the option to lift the hands away from the body. Let's lift vertical. Arms stretch over the ears, clasping the thumbs together in the less dominant way. Energetically, the arms are reaching up and away from each other. Take a big breath in. For one breath out, tilt on over to the left. As you begin to breathe in, lift back tall. Separate the arms so they come out straight from the shoulders. And begin rotating to the left. See how far you can go without moving the arms. Okay. Look back to the backhand. Feel around for the thigh that you probably can't see. Right arm can come by the ear. Let's take a look back for your back foot and lean back ever so slightly. So a twist and a back bend. Now bend the right elbow as you lean forwards, tuck it behind your left knee, stacking the palms. Press the top palm down, spiral the heart open. And option again, tuck the back toes and lift the knee off. Let's look down towards the ground. Bring both palms to the inside of your left foot as we walk our way open to a straddle towards the right side of the mat. Both toes pivot. Let's let the crown get heavy. You could ragdoll it out again or use the grippiness of the mat to walk your fingertips back a little further. As the crown drops down, tailbone rises up. Begin bringing your fingertips forwards, lengthen all the way out into the spine. We'll start with your left fingertips directly under where you're looking. Bring your right hand to the low back. Start rolling the right shoulder open, keeping that area stable. And if you'd like this time, you're more than welcome to reach the right arm up while you look up at it. Let's switch sides. Now it's your right hand that comes down into the center. Still a really long spine out from the pelvis, and the left hand will reach around for that steady surface. Roll the shoulder open. Find the twist from the spine. If you want to add the cherry on top, your left arm reaches up as you gaze up at it. Take a look back down. Wander your way around towards your left foot in a lunge. Plant the palm so that foot can step back to a plank. One breath in, one breath out, second breath in. And as you breathe out, we'll meet onto the belly. Let's stretch our arms forwards. So it's like you're holding something between the palms, thumbs are pointing up. Get as long as you can, wiggling your toes back. Squeeze the glutes, send your pubic bone into the ground, and then start lifting your upper or your arms off the ground. You might add into the chest, lift the chest up. Last piece is lifting the toes. So locust, but we're adding more load by reaching the arms forward. Still think about that length in the whole body rather than lifting. And begin to lower. Hands come back beside you. Press your hips back to your heels. One breath in child's pose. Walk your hands towards your knees. And this time we'll scoop our legs out ahead of us. All right. So since we have a blanket today and we're going to come into a couple forward folds, you might want to just fold it so it's a little bit thicker and keep it close to you. So we'll start with the right leg long. Left knee bends and then let the knee fall out. But we're going to open up so we face between our legs. Take your right hand, slide it down the inside of your right leg towards the heel. Left arm's going to stretch by the ear and do a big side stretch over. Keep sending the chest out away so you're not facing the leg. It's a big side stretch. Continue to anchor down through the left hip so you can feel that stretch all the way through the left fingertips. Let's lift back tall. Your back hand's going to find the ground, fingertips pointing away, so your left hand. Point your extended legs, toes. We'll start shifting our weight into the shin on the ground as you sweep the other arm, just for one breath in, a bit of hip and heart extension again. And just like that, we'll head back down. Now we will face our right leg, and this is where we'll come into a forward fold where if you would like, you might place this blanket just below your sit bones. So you can start to feel the pelvis tilt forwards more, creating more space in the low back. Press your fingertips into the ground, lift as tall as you can, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, feel free to fold forwards. Continue to try to find that length in the low back. So imagining your heart space reaching way past your toes. We'll lift on back up. Left hand reaches behind you, same as before. Point the toes. And optional, one breath to lift the hips and heart up. And we'll come on back down. Just take that blanket out of the way until we're on the other side. And now your left foot's going to step to the opposite side of your extended leg. Find your kickstand. So it's your left arm back behind you. For a big breath in, stretch the arm by the ear. And on your breath out, slice the elbow down behind the knee. Stay active. Every inhale, getting longer. Every exhale, rotate from the spine. So another common thing that we tend to do is we just look way over the shoulder, craning our neck. So try to keep today our neck just in line with the rest of our spine and find that twist from there instead. So you might not be looking behind you just today. Release this side, take one breath looking off to the right. And come on back through center. Lean into your fingertips behind you as you switch legs. Left leg straightens, right knee bends. Let the knee fall out and then just adjust yourself so you face between those legs. Left hand's getting ready to slide down the inseam as the right arm stretches by the ear and side stretch over to the left. So now it's your right side of the body that gets that extra space, that extra love. A nice big gaze upwards towards the sky. We'll come into this optional lift. Your right palm finds the ground behind you, fingertips point away. Point your extended legs, toes as you shift the weight. For a big breath in, lift that heart and hips. We can come on back down just as quick as we went up. Switch where you're looking towards your left leg, an option to find the blanket under your seat. Get as tall as you can by pressing your fingertips into the ground, lift the spine out of the hips, and then feel free to fold on forwards. Give yourself some time to soften. Begin lifting up. If you want that lift, the right hand reaches behind, fingertips point away, point the left toes. Big breath in, lift your way up any way that feels nice. And as you exhale, come on back down. Take the blanket out of the way and step your right foot to the opposite side of your left leg. Right hand comes behind you again. Take a big inhale, left arm by the ear, stretch nice and tall. And exhale, bend the elbow behind the knee. So inhales continue to lengthen. Exhales begin to rotate, but trying to just keep the neck looking straight forwards again. All right, we'll release this side. One breath looking off to the left. And come on back through center. Lean into the hands. Both legs can be stretched out ahead of you. And we'll bring a bend into the knees. Toes at the top of the mat and have the blanket just within reach. Reach those arms forwards. You can either C-curve your way down to the back body or use your hands to help support your way back. Swiggle the feet a little bit closer. And we're going to cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. Find a dorsiflex into the ankle as you press the thigh away. And you could stay rooted with the legs on the ground in this figure 4 shape, just using the muscles in the leg to open. Or float the left foot off the ground and bind your hands behind the knee. If you're choosing this option, try to make sure that your spine is still supported and relaxed on the ground. Let that foot come back down. Keep the figure 4 shape in the legs and take up some space in the upper half. We'll let your set of legs fall over to the right side. So you're coming into a spinal twist again, but the right ankle is crossed on top of the left knee. You could keep it there, or if it feels like there's any tugging on the low back, just uncross the ankle. Up to you. Let yourself settle in for about 3 or 4 more cleansing breaths. Lifting your legs all the way back up. If the ankle's still crossed, untie it. We'll head to the other side. Left ankle on top of the right knee with a dorsiflexed ankle, and then press the thigh away. So either staying here rooted, continuing to open, or lifting the right foot off the ground, bringing the hands behind the fold of the knee. Wherever you're feeling tension, try to send your breath to that area. A little bit of compassion, a little bit of love. And begin to release. The right foot finds the ground. Take up some space in the upper half. And whole set of legs fall over to the left. Decide if you want the ankle crossed or not. Begin to lift your legs back up, uncross the ankle. If there's any final movements you want to take, maybe it's just windshield wipering the knees from side to side, a happy baby, anything you please. Give yourself a few moments to do those movements. And we can start finding stillness. Reach the heels ahead. You might want to use this blanket again just to get nice and cozy in a cocoon to finish the practice. Feel the spine being supported by the ground. Let the breath just flow naturally, no restrictions. The mind begins to settle as the body settles. Please stay here as long as you can. This is where I leave you. Thank you for coming to the mat, being present with yourself, moving and breathing through this practice. I look forward to seeing you again soon.